Hey everybody, and welcome to Pastrami Nation, the meat of pop culture. My name is Nolan Smith. Joining me today is one of our very own, Eddie Aguirre.
Hello, everybody.
And Eddie, please introduce our guest.
Our guest is an extraordinary artist. She's worked with such comic books as from Zenoscope, Lady Death, and also J.P. Roth. She is the incredible Dawn McTeigue.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hello, Dawn.
Hello, Dawn.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, this is going to be
It's our
great.
pleasure.
So, Eddie, you want to jump right into the questions?
Yeah. So one of the first questions we wanted to ask you was tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about how you got started in this industry.
Okay. Well, my name is Dawn McTeigue. I live in Canada. I am a Canadian and an American citizen. Actually, I'm also an Irish citizen and was born in Australia. So
that's cool.
So, and just so everybody knows, when I look to the side, it's so that I can see Nolan and Eddie because my monitor is over there. But I got a start in comics in 2012. But backtracking to 2011, I was contacted by J.P. Roth. We were friends as kids, so we go way back. And she said she had some novels that she would like to start out as comic books. So, and she was asking if I would be interested in drawing for them. And I'm like, I know what comic book art looks like. I'm not there. I respectfully and very graciously say I'm not good enough. And she would not accept no for an answer and was like, here's your deadline, you're drawing it. And so from there, we neither of us knew anything about comic books, like the production and making of comic books. So, you know, we had a dream and we did it all wrong, but thankfully it worked out. We were able to talk with people like Joe Benitez, Eric Basaldua, J. Scott Campbell, Peter Steigerwald, and they were like, okay, girls.
Wow.
This is printed on the wrong size paper. This is not actually comic book size. Dawn, you're supposed to draw on 11 by 17, not 8.5 by 11 for the printer. You know,
So you got schooled by the best.
Yes, so fortunate. So we got a lot of help along the way, and then, you know, one thing leads to another, and you start meeting more people, and you get one new job for someone else, and then you get another job for somebody else, and it just kind of has gone on from there. But I still will always have close ties with J.P. Roth and Rothic Books, and we always are working together in tandem of when I'm doing other jobs.
Did you always enjoy comic books?
I grew up overseas, so I didn't know about comic books until I was in my late teens. I knew about anime and manga books, but I found my first comic book when I was 19, and that was Gen 13 by J. Scott Campbell. And then that was the end for me. I was just like, give me more of that art. That is amazing.
Right. Good introduction to comics, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow. Now, of course, I have to ask you because what we're going through right now. So how are you doing during this whole COVID-19 pandemic, and what are you doing to stay busy?
Well, I don't think anything regarding my actual day-to-day work has changed. If anything, it's gotten busier.
Nice.
But as far as conventions, of course, that I'm not going to conventions anymore. So that frees up some weekends to do some more work. But other than that, it's been really busy. There's actually been, I feel, a lot more of a coming together of the comic book industry. You know, there's a lot more podcasts, there's a lot more interviews, there's a lot more reaching out, because I guess we always had conventions. So it's like, well, I'll meet up with you at a show, you know, see you sometime. That's like, you know, you always think that, well, there's always going to be tomorrow in the next con and I'll see you sometime, you know, whereas here there's a lot more, you know, focus put on live streaming and podcasts and interviews, and like I get to talk with you guys, and it's awesome. So it's actually been very busy for me, which is great.
Have you always done podcasts, or is this something new for you?
This is something new for me. I haven't done very many at all. I think, yours might be like the second or third.
Hey, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You feel honored.
Absolutely. Oh, that's great. All right, Eddie.
Can you share with us? You have a page on Facebook called SuperBoop
Yes.
Squad. SuperBoop
Yes.
Squad. Can you tell us what that is and what?
Please.
Yeah, I know. Okay, the name is an inside joke and happened during a live stream. And, I'm probably not going to get it right as to exactly how the name transpired, because what happens is I'm drawing, right? So then everyone, all my friends and people that are interested in comic art are there just talking amongst themselves. And I kind of start to lose track of said conversation because, I'm reading and drawing and, but basically what it started out as is I'm a mom of 3, and when I need to go turn off the live stream and book it to go pick up my kids from school or whatever, the conversation has to be immediately halted, right? And so I wanted somewhere where people could carry on the conversation if it was something really fun or whatever was going on. Just
Right.
because I had to go, it didn't have to stop it,
Right.
From then, it's kind of grown into something else, which is so exciting. So I set up the group on my Facebook page, so Art of Dawn McTeigue, not my personal page. And I just set it up there for people to carry on the conversation. Now really what it's become is more of a community for artists that are, trying to get into the comic book industry or trying to have a, work from home situation or whatever the case may be, they want to get into art. And what was happening on the live streams a lot is people would want me to see their art, and send it to me via Messenger or whatever. And at the end, this group really became the perfect place for that. You can, if you want me to see your work, post it there. And it's just meant as a community where people who are getting started feel comfortable to post their work. They're in a spot.
On that.
There really is. There's so many amazing artists on there, and some of whom are now doing covers and working in comics, or
That's awesome.
It's someplace that there's some collectors that follow in there too, and people are getting commissions in there, and it's slowly growing. And for me, like the way I look at it is twofold. When I first started, and even now sometimes, I'm so nervous to post something online of like, oh, here I drew this, and because I'm not always feeling like it's boss as fuck, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm not like an extremely confident artist. I don't really think I'm like the bee's knees or whatever you'd say. And so sometimes I'm nervous posting something online, and for other people as well, I'm figuring maybe there's some other people that are kind of like me, and posting just into the ether is a little bit nerve-wracking. Well, here's a safe place. You can post your work and build your confidence and get some positive feedback. And the other side of it is really, I got a lot of help starting in comics. I got a lot of encouragement, and I had artists that I deeply admire being there to help me and, tell me when something was off in my work, or this is a suggestion of something you could do, or things like that. And it's sort of my way, and I try as much as possible to engage or at least like on everyone's work and stuff. It's my way to pay it forward too, because I did get a lot of help.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of incredible artwork on it. Let me spell that out for our fans that want to go onto this page. It's SuperBoop. It's SuperBoop. That's one word, and then Squad.
Correct.
Okay.
I really like that idea because, like you said, for a lot of artists, just putting your artwork out there, it's a scary experience.
It's a big leap.
You're putting part of yourself out there,
yeah.
And people can say like, "Oh, that sucks," and you're like, "Oh." So I like that you're making this really cool, safe community for people to share their artwork and get encouraged to keep moving forward. That's
exactly.
Awesome.
And I don't mean it in a cynical way of like the world is mean, like I very rarely encounter someone that's actually you know, out there to like tell you your work is horrible, but still it's scary, you know?
Right, and I don't think that ever goes away because I mean, like looking at you as being, you know, consumers, me and Eddie, we look at your work and we see you're a professional. You do amazing work. But I know for you, you know, being the artist is always going to be that, like I'm still a little nervous. So I applaud you. That's awesome to have made such a thing. Let's see. I am up next. All right. So you have done a lot of work with this company. So can you tell me about how it is working with Coffin Comics?
Of course, I'd love to. So I just finished 44 remarks for them, which was really cool. They just shipped off to Coffin Comics, so they're on their way. And I love working with Coffin Comics. For starters, I adore Brian and Francisca Pulido. They are just amazing people. And they not only have badass characters and a whole badass community that they've cultivated, and they've really created a family around their character and their whole universe. And I have mad respect from like being on the comic creator side. Mad respect. And then secondly, it's so wonderful. I love everything that they've done. So it's an honor to be able to draw Lady Death and the other characters from the Coffin universe. And then on the working side, they are so organized. And I love that because I am like my Excel sheet charts and every week is planned, and I'm really intense about like my to-do lists and my check boxes, and you know, it's how I roll. And so it really works for me to work with Brian, who's just, I don't know how he does it, but he's got it all figured out and planned, and we know what weeks I'm working, and about a week before my scheduled time, I get a note from Brian with my assignment, and it's just clockwork.
You can tell by the way he does his videos on how he sells his Kickstarters. He has every book in line, and he goes right down the line in order of everything that he's doing. And they showcase the artist in line. He's a well-organized individual.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love Lady Death. We have a whole wall right here full of Lady Death.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and both my wife and I love it. You did for Blasphemy. You did the main character Satanus.
I did, yes.
Yes, and you were the only artist that did the main cover, right?
I think yes, at least in the Blasphemy Anthem one, I think at least when I was drawing it, I think it was the only Lady Satanist cover that was out at the time. So it was like first appearance.
That's big, yeah.
That's awesome.
Diego did Lady Satanist inside, like in the interior art though, and Diego Bernard is so good. So he of course drew the true interior first appearance. I think I got to do the first cover first appearance.
Yeah, I know Dan Mendoza did a dual cover with Lady Death and Satanus. Yeah, but you did the main one. That was awesome work.
And be able to play in that universe, because I mean the Lady Death universe has been around. I mean, I remember as a kid going into the comic shop, seeing like Lady Death, thinking like, oh my god, like that's not Spider-Man or Marvel or anything. So and it's lasted the test of time. Well, yeah, they were behind the counter at the comic shop, you know. But I mean, they do such a great job, you know, with their Kickstarters, with their covers, with the cool statues and figures that they have coming out. So that must be so cool to be part of that universe.
It's really fun.
Awesome. All right, Eddie.
Okay. What projects are you currently working on, Dawn? And I saw that you have a great art piece available only for this month.
Thank you. Yes, I do. So I have my print of the month. This month is the Mary Jane dressed in Spidey's suit. So Eddie has it right there.
There it is. Beautiful, beautiful piece.
Love this piece.
Thank you. And as far as projects that I'm working on right now, just yesterday I finished a Divinica watercolor piece. So I'm working on making a whole set of those. I have it over there. I should have brought it. I'm sorry. And then I have a couple covers. I'm in talks with Brian Pulido. And then the next project on my list is also that I am going to be doing a jam piece cover with Eric Basaldua, and that's very exciting. So
oh, cool.
That's going to be coming soon. It's for his Mojo project, and we're doing a jam piece. So that means like it's not a connecting cover. We're drawing on the same page. So that's got to be a lot of fun. Yes, it's like it's drawing with my mentor, so it's a little intimidating and scary, but it's awesome.
Oh, it's going to come out so good. I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Now, this is a print only for this month. Where can the viewers get this?
You can get that on my website. So it's only available until the end of this month. And that's dawnmcteigue.com. And if you subscribe to my email list, you should get 25% off your one order. It can be your first order whenever. And I know it didn't work for Eddie, and we need to figure that out.
Okay.
That's Eddie's luck.
I don't care. The order is fine for me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my wife enjoyed it too. She's the one that showed me that when the actual print when you re-released it for this month. She said, "Eddie, have you seen this?" And I saw it, and I had to get it.
Oh, well, please thank your wife for me. That's so nice of her.
I will.
And I understand. We have a giveaway. We have 2 giveaway things we'll be giving away, but I understand you have something as well you'll be giving away for this podcast. So can you let us know about that?
Yes. Okay. So this is Divinica. And so I have, oh, sorry.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
Ooh.
So this is Divinica, and this is the series that I work on with JP Roth. She writes it, I draw and color all the art and the interiors. So the whole thing is painted. So it's all done with watercolor and mixed media. And the story of Divinica, this is issue 5, but it's the beginning of a new story arc. And also this is when we reveal the titular character, whose name is Divinica. And this story is heavily based in mythology.
Oh. And
we're taking inspiration for our mythologies and the goddesses from those different mythologies, but from all different pantheons. So far we've done 4 goddesses. This book is introducing Divinica, and then in issue 6, we're going to be explaining how she ties in with all the goddesses and mythology. So right now, this one is getting to know Divinica. And the world that she's in, which is very fucked up and kind of quasi-post-apocalyptic. And so it works right now. We didn't have that plan, but it does kind of work. And so, so far as the goddesses that we have released in this series, we've done, we started with Aphrodite. And then we did Nokomis, who is a First Nation / Native American goddess. Then we did the Egyptian goddess Isis. And we did number 4 was the goddess Magu, who's from Chinese mythology. And then we are introducing Divinica, and soon you will know how it all works together. And it's very exciting. We make this, JP Roth writes it, I draw and paint it. And so it's really, a passion project, and it's so much fun. And so you'll be getting issue 5.
Yes. So somebody will win issue 5 just by leaving a comment on this video. And we will draw a winner on Sunday. It ends at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And how awesome. I need to pick up those issues. I'm a big mythology buff. I just love it. Yeah. So I'm very, very curious about all that.
It's an excellent book.
I'm gonna have to. Thank you, I got to order it. That sounds so cool. So, guys, just leave a comment, and you'll be entered to win that. And we have another thing we'll be giving away, which we'll mention at the end of this podcast. But that is so cool. Thank you so much, Dawn, for
my pleasure.
One of our viewers. That's so great. And I'll pass it to Eddie.
Okay, how can fans see you online or through Facebook or through Instagram? How could they get connected with you on the internet or social media?
I actually live stream 3 times a week, for the most part. So I live stream on Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. And I live stream for 3 hours each of those times. Well, I'm fashionably late generally, so I start about 10 minutes late. So more or less 3 hours, 3 times a week.
That's cool.
And I actually just recently figured out how to live stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time.
That's awesome.
So if you are interested in the process of creating comic art, tools that are used, all of that stuff, I will live stream and you can ask me there. That's the best way if you have art-related questions to get in touch with me, because I'm sort of available to talk.
It's great to see her actually start a project and complete a project, or just work through a project. It's a neat thing to see. Also, she wears the most incredible hats.
Yes, it's all for hat entertainment, since my head is down most of the time. I need to get things with like monsters up at the top. But
That's awesome.
What's really cool about it is that almost every publisher that I have requested for permission to be released from the NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, which most comic books, it's very important that you don't sort of give people sneak peeks that they shouldn't, you're not supposed to like release work while you're working on it.
Right.
However, a lot of the publishers, every single one that I've asked has said yes. DC Comics, Coffin Comics, Zenescope, Aspen, Rothic, everybody has given me permission to live stream the process. So I've worked on all kinds of covers and projects and interior art and everything via live stream. So you could see the process of what's going on. And that's really cool.
And how long have you been doing this? Has it just been through COVID, or has it been for a few months or
No, actually I started in early 2018 live streaming. And so it was on Facebook for a while. The thing is my phone kept overheating, and the way that a phone works is it's really meant for faces. So then when you try to film with your phone, it focuses on the top of your pencil and blurs out everything that you're working on. So then people can't really see. So then I moved to Twitch and got the whole setup. And then I found out that I can use a program to send it to all of the places. So now I'm back on Facebook Live and doing all three.
How cool.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, you guys got to make sure you check that out. That sounds like a really cool thing. I know Eddie's checked it out because, again, he's a big fan, and he likes your hats. So,
all of her hats are incredible. Last night you were wearing this big. It looked like an Ewok head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Mother Bear. It was my Mother's Day present from my husband. So it's like a pink bear hat.
Oh, that's so cool. Awesome. Well, I do want to once again thank Dawn for joining us today.
Yeah,
this has been an absolute blast. And, I hope if you have another project coming up and you want to chat, please, we would love to have you on again.
Okay, I will pester you.
Ow, absolutely. And of course, I want to remind everybody.
Or if we run into you at a convention or something, we'd like to interview live there as well.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Once conventions get back into full swing, we'll come find you. Definitely.
Good.
We love Artist Alley. That's my favorite part of cons. So
that's awesome.
I'll come find you. We want to remind everybody, leave a comment by Sunday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You can be entered to win that awesome comic by Dawn, which looks fantastic. You can also win one of 2 Pastrami Nation combos.
I do want to say one thing. The comic book that Dawn McTeigue is giving away, she's also signing it. Am I correct?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. So you get an autographed copy, and it's the start to a new story in there. So you can get on board with this right now. It sounds great. I'm actually going to go onto your website and just order whatever I can about these books because it's mythology and it looks awesome. So, so make sure you guys leave a comment. Yes, Pastrami Nation combo. So if you are not familiar, here in Victorville, California, there's a place called Apollo Burger, and they created a Pastrami Nation sandwich.
So awesome.
It is this massive thing with grilled cheese buns, pastrami, poblano chili, pepper jack cheese, jalapeno dressing. It's this amazing thing. So,
oh my God.
Pickles.
Yeah, and they were kind enough to give us 2 meals to give away for this podcast. So we will have 3 winners: 1 winning the book, 2 winning combos, and all you have to do is leave a comment. That's it. You can say, what you liked about it, what you like about Dawn's work, what's your favorite piece of her work, what's her favorite hat that you've seen. You can leave a comment about anything. You can comment about Eddie. You can comment about me. We're not as interesting, but you can. But just make sure you do it by Sunday at 8:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Once again, Dawn, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you being here.
Make sure you guys go follow
so
Dawn.
much.
Find her on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. Find the SuperBoop Squad. It all sounds fantastic. And, of course, follow Pastrami Nation, pastramination.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Pinterest is getting ridiculously popular for us. But we're on there, too.
Wow.
We have 150,000 people a month coming through, and I don't know why, but they're there.
Yeah. Looking at our pictures.
So make sure you visit Dawn, visit us, and signing off, this is Nolan Smith, Pastrami Nation, the meat of pop culture. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Ready?
Bye.
Good night.